Hello guys, good morning. Told you I was gonna do a morning video, morning vlog. So, can't get my sweater straightened out. Hopefully you guys are good. So I wanted to talk this morning because I was watching, when I was getting ready, one of Holly Madison's older videos. If you guys don't know, she is on YouTube and her videos are awesome. This is the thing. I plug a YouTuber and all of a sudden it's like, you agree with every single thing? No, she's awesome. Do I think the way she thinks all the time? Do I agree with everything she says? No, I don't. But I enjoy a lot of her content. So either way, she's on YouTube, and I was watching one of her older videos. It was from several months ago. Because she hasn't been on YouTube a really long time, but so anyway, it was from a handful of months ago. That doesn't really matter. And the reason that I'm bringing up Holly Madison is because so often I hear this stance with family vloggers and influencers that it's like this impossible task to keep their kids off of the internet. And it's something that I've disagreed with, obviously. I don't think that that's an impossible task. I don't think that it takes a whole lot to not film your kids and not post them on social media. And I've mentioned this before, how celebrities, like actresses and actual celebrities, because I don't look at influencers as celebrities. Nope, not even someone like James Charles or any of the biggest creators on this platform. I do not look at them as celebrities. I just don't. Maybe in their own mind they are, but even if they're popular, they are not celebrities to me. That's just my opinion. So and we've been seeing this for many, many decades. When a celebrity has a child, many times that child is never photographed by the paparazzi. They're never in the tabloids. The child is never showcased, in any way, shape, or form. And Holly said, her kind of stance on it, and I wholeheartedly agree with what she said. And I'll throw the clip in right here, and then I'll tell you guys my thoughts.
How often do you have your kids stay with you? Questions about my kids I usually don't ever answer, just for their own safety and security. I will say that I have joint custody, so I'm with my kids 50% of the time. Like, you'll see me posting stuff pretty regularly on social media. Sometimes you'll see, I'll post an activity I'm doing with my kids and you might see their hand in it or something. But a lot of the content I create like this is done when the kids are at school or at an activity or something like that, or one of my days off from the kids. I usually try to be really present with my kids. I'm not doing that, and I don't always post things. I rarely actually post things in real time. So, but I don't answer how often they stay with me or where they stay with me. I will say I'm with them 50% of the time, but I don't ever like to give away where they live or where they're at or anything like that, just for security reasons, because there are some crazy people out there. I know most of you who are asking the question are probably just curious. Maybe you even have kids of your own. Maybe you're even a divorced parent, you're co-parenting and you want advice or relatability, but just for security reasons, because there's always that one rotten apple that ruins the whole bunch, I just don't say.
So when she said that, I was sitting there and I was like, yes, yes, yes. This is exactly how it should be. I mention so many times how a parent's role is to protect their child and make sure that the child doesn't have an internet footprint before they even, can remotely understand what the internet or what a cell phone or a camera is. Bare minimum, wait until they're teenagers, and then you can kind of talk to them about pictures and I don't know, like my point is, at least by the time when they're teens, they have a general understanding of what putting a picture on the internet means. Not saying I agree with, exploitation, especially at all, but, I think when a lot of people think of teens on social media, they think of someone like Piper Raquel, and, that's like the worst example ever. What I'm saying is, as a parent with a young child, that young child has zero understanding of what a cell phone is, what a camera is. If an influencer wants to say, oh, well, I'm sharing my child because they're a part of my life and my life is on the internet, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because like I've said before, when, let's just say me, I made the decision to put some of my life onto the internet. Do I put all of it? No. And I keep a lot of it offline purposefully, because I realize that there are really crazy people out there, and even if 99% of the people that watch my channel are people that are, good-hearted and, just like my videos, there's always that 1% that is going to mess it up for everyone, and that's where we get into really creepy behavior. But when you think about protecting your child, I just don't understand why it's so often perceived as the biggest task ever. There's just no there's no reason why any said influencer cannot say, okay, I live my life online, my kid doesn't, so I'm not going to post where we are. And Holly mentioned something too, and I do this a lot as well, about posting in real time. So posting in real time it can be dangerous, especially if you have that 1% that is watching everything that you post, and they might not have the best intentions. Posting in real time can really set you up for a lot of issues. And I see so often on Instagram stories, and we even saw that with Jess Pham when she was traveling. I did a video on it. I'll link it down below. There was a mom and her daughter that was following Jess Pham, and I think she was in Nashville. They were following her every move through her Instagram stories and finally ended up finding her. It was extremely creepy, very awkward. The mom and the daughter vlogged the whole thing. I should say the mom vlogged the whole thing with her daughter. They vlogged finally meeting Jess Pham, and they were so happy that they accomplished the mission. And they wouldn't have found her if Jess Pham was not posting so many details in real time. I mean, what if instead of that mother and daughter, what if it was someone else? Or what if it was the mom who had her daughter and the mother had bad intentions? And then she finally finds Jess Pham. What if Jess Pham's kids were with her? And what if the mother had bad intentions for her kids? Like, what if it's like they don't even take any precautions into what putting your stuff on social media means? And now listen, as always, I am not attempting to say that I know the best way to do everything. I know a lot of people like to make it sound that way. All that I'm doing is thinking of this from a level-headed stance, where not everybody who watches your stuff has good intentions. There are a lot of people that will, not like you. Maybe they have a disturbing history when it comes to kids. You never know who's on the other side of the camera. I'll tell you guys, this is something that I haven't talked about before, and I'm not going to give a whole lot of detail about it, but I think that it ties into this situation perfectly. I had an interesting encounter with someone who said that they watched my channel. And over a period of time, I really don't want to give details about this, but I'll just give a general synopsis. Over a period of time, the messages that I was getting went from admirable and friendly to this individual taking personal insult to the fact that I wasn't responding to their messages in the way that they wanted me to respond to their messages. And I respond to people who contact me because I appreciate my subscribers, and I want to acknowledge if someone sends a message and they have a question or a compliment. And sometimes we strike up a conversation, and that's just the way that it goes. I don't ignore my subscribers. I know a lot of YouTubers do for one reason or another. I don't do that. And it went from a, pretty positive conversation to the messages getting a little weird. And when the weird messages were not met with the response that this person thought that they should be met with, the individual was not happy with me. And it got very weird. So I don't really want to, I'm not going to show the messages or anything because I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to do that. But you just have to keep in mind who's on the other side of the camera, or who is on the other side of the screen. And it's bad enough an adult going through something like that, but I could not imagine deliberately putting my kids out there and people knowing where my kids go to school and where they have soccer practice or where they're playing a football game, or the fact that we're on vacation in Disney. Giving that information to people who don't like you, or they like you so much that they become creepy, it's just easy to bare minimum. I'm not, obviously people like to put content online. I like to put content online. But when it comes to posting so many personal details and so much in real time, that's where I have to look at it and I'm like, I don't know, it's so easily avoidable to not blast that stuff all over the internet. There's a high enough chance that a weird encounter is going to happen. Bare minimum, do better for your kids who are innocent, bystanders in your life online, And I hate that anytime I share advice or how I think about certain things, it's like there's this ignorant perception that I know everything, like I know all the information, and that's just couldn't be further from the truth. I really like YouTube. I really like making videos. They're therapeutic for me, and I would say 98% of the time, I absolutely love it. But when that 2% comes into play, it's really difficult to have things so misconstrued and misunderstood, and that's where I start to get a little frustrated, but I just keep going, you know? But when I heard Holly say that, it just could not have been more perfectly encapsulated on kind of the response that I would expect a parent to have when they're any kind of recognizable face, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, a little bit of everything, you know, or a full-blown celebrity. That does not equate to, well, I'm online, so my kids and other family members are online too. That just makes no logical sense at all, and maybe it's just me, but that's how I feel about it. But none of this is going to get better or go away if these platforms don't step up to the plate and stop allowing content featuring kids to not be monetized. That is step one in protecting kids and getting them off of these family channels and influencer channels that start featuring their kids. You know, don't just stop allowing people to exploit their kids for money. People know that content with babies and kids is going to get more views than something with just an adult. You know, kids are cute, kids are awesome, and I fully agree. You know, kids are cute, but that doesn't mean that they belong on these channels and social media platforms before they're even old enough to understand what the hell's going on, you know? And that's just my opinion. And I really wish people would stop making that, I really wish people would stop trying to make that argument of, and I've talked about this before, oh, well, you don't have kids, so you don't understand. No, I don't have kids, but what I do understand is that they don't belong on the internet in order to fund their parents' extravagant lifestyle. Most of these family vloggers would not be living the lifestyle that they are if it was not for them putting their adorable kids on the internet. Make your income off your own back. It should be your face, you're the adult, make it off of your own voice, not showing your kids. You know? But I know people will always make that argument. As long as I'm talking about family vloggers and kids being online, people will always have the argument that I shouldn't have an opinion because I don't have kids. And it's just something that I'm going to have to, you know, kind of accept that it's always going to happen. But that doesn't mean that it's not, you know, that doesn't mean that I don't see it, I don't hear it. And once in a while, I will vent my annoyance about how, you know, everyone's allowed to have an opinion about things that they disagree with. No, I haven't walked a mile in a parent's shoes, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And it's just extremely tone deaf when you're showing such an extravagant lifestyle and people know that you're in that position because you've exploited your kids for money online. you know, I always say, get your coin. Like, having financial security is a great feeling. However, when you've created your financial security by working hard and doing your own thing versus exploiting your kids, that's where people are going to have an opinion. Nobody cares that you're wealthy and you might be unrelatable. That's an entirely different conversation. If you're wealthy and you're unrelatable because you exploited your kids, that's where it's an issue, in my personal opinion. So either way, I need to get some gas. Gaslight came on yesterday and I didn't do it yesterday. So either way, I need to fill up and get on with my day. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.